Hello, 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 and welcome to Emerald Thoth with me, Mark. Back after a little break, back to bring you some more messages to see what you might need to hear. 30 videos in 30 days at starting this channel was quite an effort, quite a push through. Just felt a little break was in order, and we all need a bit of rest and rejuvenation now and then. I look to post videos as often as I can, maybe not every day. But for everyone who's tuned in to this channel, take the messages and have a look whenever you feel, and whatever can help guide you. Is again, we're all here together. I think I mentioned on that last video about here helping each other and me channeling something for you to see how that can help you heal. And the same with whatever you've got that you do creatively, or for family, or for whoever that you channel for, because if you're tapped into this channel, there are things that you do and there are people that you help, whether it's posting a video or whatever way that you creatively channel the divine. Okay, so on that, today I was drawn to kind of message from your ancestors on healing and what wounds you're healing and what big healing is taking place for you at this moment. I'm going to take 5 cards from the Secret of the Ancestors Oracle, and then I'll take some supporting cards from the other decks I have. And let's take 5 cards to kind of kick off the reading. I'm going to ask first, what is the scar that you're healing? What's the kind of childhood wound? The deck card Strength, it's not the card I'm going to pull, but kind of talks about overcoming obstacles, overcoming fears, and finding strength, inner strength in yourself. So there's a card there for what you're healing. And how is it showing up today? How is this wound affecting you at this moment in time? Spirit, can we get a card for that from the ancestors? And then to see what the advice is, how you can heal this, how you can work with this and utilize this and heal this wound going forward. Okay. And then I'm going to have a look at what support there is around you on this realm to see what can help you heal, and then to see what ancestor in the spirit realm, what kind of guidance and support you're getting. Okay, 5 cards. There's a good omen, so the bottom of the deck is number 22, altar of fire, good juju, and that is the Ace of Wands. So there's a passion, there's a spark, there's a motivation there in your soul to heal this because of all the wonderful things that can come for you, the peace and the joy and the igniting of passions in your life. So hold to any of those passions, whether it be in your career or your love life or your home life or all of them. And this, the hand very much is holding on to that fire, and it's growing and blossoming into a kind of tree. There's an earthly element to this as well, even though it's fire soup. It's giving a sense of just stepping into that power and that abundance in your life. Also, again, there's pyramids here, so it's a sense of building something in your life. And just under that is Mother of Earth as well, to give a sense of that building and grounding and that fertile ground. You can have a look, there's quite grounded sense in this card. The dog's just running behind me as that happens, almost to say, yeah, you're getting into action, you're finding that bravery, loyalty, it's just come again. You keep them there as a brown dog, but you're grounding all of these things. Okay. So the wound that you're healing is the conjure woman manifestation. Quite a powerful thing to be healing, and that suggests that you're reclaiming that power in you, you're reclaiming that ability to manifest that divine connection and working with all the elements of earth, water, fire and air. And you're looking to blossom, you're working out how that power's been taken from you and how you can step into that infinite power that you've always had and you've always had the ability to do. You're working on healing that element of you that feels that you can't manifest things in your life because you can, and you're divinely gifted. And there's the spiritual sense with this white as well, that you have the ability to do this, and this is what you've been told by society and your history and your past you can't embody, but you absolutely can, and this is who you are. Where you're at presently is number 6, the twins' conscious connections. So this is saying embodying that, making the choices. You're looking to see what choices you make in your life, what connections you have in your life, how much space those connections take in your life, and how you can find more connections that are aligned with you, how you can embody those, how you can kind of heal this kind of inner child element there, to be more embodied, to be more in your higher self. It's a beautiful sign of kind of strength and balance and individuality with the 1 and the 6, and manifesting your life and being aware of the connections around that and how much energy you give in different places. So how to heal and move this forwards is John B. Total disruption is death. So it talks about things have to end. You're changing. All these masks and things, these faces are changing, but you're learning how to set boundaries and how to be in certain places, and you are transforming. So very much gives a sense of you shedding what doesn't need to be there. Scorpio's very powerful card. It talks about power and that individual power and the depths of your own waters. Full moon in Scorpio has just passed. So you're healing that subconscious part of yourself that is telling you that you aren't powerful, but you're stepping into that, and you're stepping into that by letting things go that don't need to be there anymore. And that's any conscious beliefs that tell you that you aren't this manifester, this conjure woman or man, just conjure person. So the support you're getting in the more earthly realms around you is maybe the Fool. So it talks about the earthly realms, but it gives a sense that you're the support, and you're taking that faith and trust with the divine to move forward, and that you're moving more freely. So actually the support that you're doing is yourself, and moving quite freely, moving with faith. And that's the ultimate support. Trusting in the infinite is you moving forward with divine faith, and that's the kind of strongest embodiment that you can have. And with that will bring people, will bring new places and new ventures. But as you embody that and as you move with that, you'll find the support on the earth, because it's reflecting something you're taking from the universe. And also Uranus and shocking changes. Uranus will soon move into Gemini, I think in June, either June or July, but in the next month or two it's going to move after about a 12 to 18 month cycle, and that will bring in these big disruptions and changes. And Gemini is a lot more communicative, it's a lot more about talking to people and places and how you think. So those changes are afoot, and the divine kind of guidance and support you're getting is Father of Fire, passion ignited, and this goes well with this card, because what it's saying is you're starting to embody that yourself, and the divine support is telling you to be this fiery being, to be embodied in that masculine energy. It doesn't matter if you're male or female, but that masculine energy of being passionate, and you're looking to work towards your passions in your life and healing that sense that says you can't be that passionate person, because you absolutely can be and stand in this throne and be this kind of warrior, but in a light embodied sense. You don't have to fight everything, you just are sure of yourself and your passions, and you're able to stand those fires now that have formed you and alchemized you, which in the past would have burned you and you were too afraid to walk through. But now you stand in them and you walk with your passions, you follow your passions. It's one of the most important things to do. I will take however many cards come from Divine Masters to see what the guidance is from the Divine Masters, who's supporting you in the higher realms, who's got advice for this read. I'll take another here. Kuan Yin was wanting to come out but didn't quite. Kuan Yin being enlightened, action, compassion and a loving heart. The bottom of the deck is Saint Germain, Violet Flame. It fits in with this kind of disruption, it fits in with this kind of alchemizing that you're doing, and also with the wound that you're healing, as you're becoming this alchemist, you're becoming this holder of the violet flame, and you are releasing the old to make way for the new. What did come out of the deck is Melchizedek, divine knowledge. It's a common theme that's been coming up in a number of the reads that I've done. So it's talking about you walking with that divine knowledge. That's how you are being supported in this healing in this way. And as you move with that faith, you're not relying on your own knowledge or the knowledge of others around you. You're relying actually on the infinite, the zero. Higher learning, commit to your vision through study. And obviously that means that you'll be studying these things while you're in this kind of recuperation. You're understanding different ways of being and different ways from things that you've been told in the past. And that's what you're healing from. There's also Hathor and light activation. Acceleration, brilliance, stand in your light. So the support is coming from the divine for you to embody this. There is a sense of the divine feminine sense, so you're standing strong in your feminine elements, and the masculine here as well from the spiritual support. But, you're being a beacon of light, a pillar of light, and as you heal, that light is shining more, it's coming through more of those cracks. Those cracks are being healed and that they hold light, they're letting light through. Had they never been cracked, had you never been cracked in the first place, you wouldn't be shining so much. But now you're learning for that to show rather than kind of cover it up or stand aside or not show your light to the world. You're being activated and you're being drawn forward with so many others to shine that light in the world, to help heal and accelerate the ascension of this earth. But you doing it first is going to pioneer that, it's going to move it forward, it's going to lead it. We'll take a message from the Time Traveller's Oracle. Spirit, please help. Guide this read. That was too many, so I'll have a look again. A lot of messages want to come out here. I'll take this one that came out, 10 Deliberation. At the feet of Lao Tzu in China, so again this period of pause and reflection and this healing to see where you go, to see where you're going to travel to. And at the bottom of the deck was transformation, Rumi of Persia. And by this moonlight, as there's transformation that's happening, you're the white with the purity, the red with the grounding, you're kind of dancing through these changes and transition. And that's the healing that's taking place, as you're feeling that sense of the love of the divine. These are like whirling dervishes. Whirling dervishes are said to have danced their way to God. They danced into a sense of bliss. They danced with a sense of being connected to the beloved in a sense of how Rumi's poems talk about. They did like a physical movement of it. And this is saying that you're moving, that you're whirling with this connection with the divine to help heal yourself and feel connected to something greater, to help stand your light, to help bring forth your light. And you're grounding it. There's grounded here, and you're grounding that. You're grounding something quite high, and you're transforming with it. And you can see that there's this window of opportunity, and at the right time, you'll find the community and the network to shine that light with. Okay, let's take the last messages from the crows. So, the bottom of the deck was balance. And also they're showing here bond as well. So there could be a bond, there could be bonds with people, there's freedom. It gives a sense of a lot of good things to come, these being at the bottom of the deck. But you're first balancing out, these energies, you're first clearing the past while looking forward to the future. But that's a constant push and pull, because you want to be in the now. You want to be in a healed sense of the now, where you're not affected by the past. You can look at it with love and joy and gratitude, even the bad parts. You hold the bad parts and the good parts, but you realize they're not in the now. And then, also not being too much in the future, because the future will keep you away from the now. And the more you're kind of focused on the future and the further ahead, the more you fantasize about that, the further away it is, and the further away you remain from it, you're still in suffering. Because if you feel confident enough, then you embody it now. You feel that sense of, even if it's not right here in the 3D, that you're embodying it, like that person is with you at night, that you're together, you're in this place, you're in this dream home, that you are with the people that you care about, you're doing the work that fulfills you and sustains you. You can do elements and resonances of all those things now, and if you feel balanced in that, so you'll move it towards you. But it's not an easy thing. Like, you're not taught how to do that and how to manifest that. You have to learn kind of ancient ways and from the people that are speaking your language, but you are doing that with communication. There's people who are communicating to you, 9 kind of individualizing and coming to the end of the cycles, but it very much talks about within yourself. Before 10 is communities and the full end of cycles. So there's an element of communication. Spirit is talking to you like through this window, and you are talking to people when the more you talk, the more you're brave with it, the more kind of rewards you can get. This crow has, taken a bold leap because this is a house, but he's taken that leap on faith and seeing what's happened, and there's a reward for it. So if you're able to communicate, I mentioned earlier Uranus going to Gemini, these changes, but if you go with those changes, if you don't resist that change, because some people see Uranus as quite shocking and what to do, but sometimes that disruption is necessary, sometimes that disruption is good, and you're healing to be ready for it, you're healing to be conscious of it and conscious of those connections that come with it. And as you come out and as you communicate more with that, then there's rewards there. And then also here is memory, number 29. So this talks about being embodied in that sense of now. For me, from this read, you're thinking of how you treat those old memories, how you treat what you're looking forward to. And it's saying, but make sure there's a positive spin in all of those, and that you're not too committed to one area, you're not too committed to the past, you're not too committed to the future, but you hold both with a higher vibration, a higher resonance. So it's how you're treating that memory. This is a little spider that runs past me now, and this is kind of like, talks about a network as well. It's a network of people, and you're understanding who the right people might be for you, who the right connections might be for you as well. But it's only if you have a balanced memory, if you have this positive but higher vibrational sense that you have faith in, and you're healing that you are this person that can conjure and manifest these situations in your life, and that's how you perceive them. It's good to be back, and good to speak to you all, and feel your energies, and feel that you're moving on this path and this healing that you're doing, and keep faith and keep holding this image, that you are that conjure person, and that you have those abilities. And if you're channeling this or you're tuning into this, you're divinely connected to that source, and you're divinely connected to embodying that magician energy. So keep going with it, and there's so much good to come for you with that, so much good juju. Okay. Thank you as always for being here. I believe in you, I appreciate you, and I know you can heal all those things to embody this higher, brilliant, beautiful version of yourself, and that the world will be all the better for it. Thank you. I love you. Namaste.